So do you see the kills in the top left?
Yeah, yeah.
That's your rampage counter. You already know that, but what rampage doesn't tell you in the game is that you get like I think it's 1% increased damage every 2 kills.
Oh right, it didn't say that. That's why I thought. That's why I dropped it for those.
It's every 5.
Every 5, yeah. So
That's
1% every 5, and then you
Right.
also get 1% increased move speed every 5. So it helps your mapping.
First time health. Oh, it's not the good one. Oh, I thought I got that.
1% increase rarity for every 5.
Whoa.
Rarity as well.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, those gloves are huge.
Headhunter light. See, I told you, coffee.
Why is my buttons not working?
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
nice.
noticing a lot of uniques drop. Okay. Yeah, now I'm playing around it. Yeah, it's such an insane the
Oh,
heals.
no, I'm wrong about the rarity.
Oh,
It's only with these
never mind.
it felt like it added up. It must have been like that Mandala effect. Ooh, there's something there.
We'll go scouring, and now it's kind of like a race to finish maps because you want to keep the multiplier.
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes I'm trying to leave enemies behind in case I need to double back. Okay, let's go.
Oh, that's a big boy.
Yeah, so this is one of the things about why it's not so unreasonable to get loads of frenzy charges.
Yeah.
Because as soon as there's someone that actually does, it's hard to kill.
Check.
But you're also pretty tanky. You're not taking damage.
Perfect.
My
Perfect.
problem
Good
is
morning. Let's try this again.
Player, I didn't know what everything does, so I didn't know how to like.
Today we are hanging out in guild chat, just preparing for the end of league. We're just gonna be doing some mapping, trying to sell off some of the currency that we have in game. Maybe starting to sell off some of our other currencies, like our smaller currencies. Just preparing everything to merge over into standard. I have not seen the Path of Exile name reveal yet, so we will be watching that here in just a bit. Or you know what? No, we'll jump into it. We'll jump into it. Oh, it already played. I didn't watch it. I clicked it. I've yet to see. Oh, we have trades. In standard, we're not in standard. Sorry, bud. Sorry, bud. We're not in standard. Yeah, I have yet to see this. I, for the record, wanted to predict that. So the little picture they showed was from the Overseer's Tower. So like Overseer's Forge or something. But we got some lava going on. It's definitely going to be Forge or Crafting League. That's a Forge. Look at that. This a new altar? Crucible. Wasn't expecting that. Live reveal March 30th. Set your calendars for March 30th. I will be here live during the live reveal. As they go over everything, and then we'll be doing flips and talking it out. And we'll go over, you know, all the information that we're going to need to go over for the entire league. Play free, 1 p.m. April 7th. So they finally have a date on it. It's April 7th. I'm excited for that. March 30th will be the announcement. April 7th will be the actual league. That works. Works for me. I am once again back. I am also live, if that bothers anybody.
You're live?
I am indeed.
Alive or live?
Both.
Okay. You on?
I mean, if I was dead but live, that'd be cool. But I don't know that many people would want to watch that.
Are you on Twitch or what?
YouTube actually. I used to be. I haven't really had much time in the last couple of weeks though.
Let me turn my stream off. Can you shoot us a link somewhere?
Yeah. Here, share link.
Which one did you put in?
Copying it now. Where am I allowed to post this is the question.
I don't know.
I don't know if there's a...
Streaming, perhaps?
What's that under? Oh, streaming.
Yeah, I mean that seems like the reasonable one. Or notification. A little bit
Oh, but there's no actual streaming channel. Interesting. Yeah.
Well, you can shoot it to me on message if you really want.
I just popped it into streaming.
Okay, sweet. One sec.
That seems like the appropriate channel.
Yeah, cool. I'll open that up on my live screen.
Word. Appreciate that. And
have you got gauges then?
I do, yes. Yeah, my ears are
Nice,
stretched.
that's sick.
They're 5/8.
Nice.
They were a 1/2 inch, but I used to have stone plugs, and they like the weight alone stretched them out. Where's my Awakened PoE? There it is.
Ooh, yeah, this one increases my crit chance by about 5%.
The gloves?
No, they're already on. But the hat. That
Oh.
I found.
Yeah, there's a lot of busty uniques.
Yeah. Let's see what my defense goes to and off without. Oh, and it gives me a hell of a lot of armor.
241.
Yeah, okay, this rat's nice.
I'm wondering how much an entire inventory full of jewelers is worth.
You mean a 5,000
Oh, I'm just
stack?
shy. No, not a 5,000 stack. Like your inventory, not your currency tab. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000. Let's see what I can sell 1,100 jewelers for. Yeah, I'm basically just getting ready to sell off all of my stuff from League.
Oh yeah? How much do you
I just watched the name reveal. What do you guys think about that altar?
I don't know.
You think it's gonna be like a corruption altar, but a crafting mechanic?
My friend who watched it said that he's probably expecting it to be crafted, which we're not looking forward to, because that's some big brain shit, and we're not big brain.
Crafting can be tough, but once you've like played with all the orbs and like know what they do, it can be it's easy like mentally on what you need to do. It's just really expensive.
I am expecting that altar to be what's it called? I'm expecting that altar to be on a boat. So it's a boat league.
On a boat? Yeah. You think we'll finally be able to craft on our fishing rods?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Is it okay? Oh, that's also in standard, not hardcore. Oops.
I just got
Sanctum.
55 orb of alterations from over there. That's nice.
Nice! Mini loot goblin?
I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. The mindless grind.
Ten chaos to 220. So 50 chaos for 1100.
That's not bad.
Hi, Chloe.
Yeah, my armor goes up to about 40,000 I think now. Nice. If I use my raw, 50,000. Okay, that is pretty substantial.
Words. Now I don't gotta worry about jewelers. Now watch, later today I'm gonna need jewelers. I'm just gonna mute myself here. Yo, the Dork Knight, what is going on, my dude? Mernin! Hey, I had a question for you about Canada, because I found out, and I'm blaming you. Is it true that Canada spells their whiskey without an E? W-H-I-S-K-Y in Canada. Is that true? Because if so, I'm blaming you. The mods slash aspects slash crafting in Destiny 2 seem like nothing compared to this game. Dude, crafting and all of these currencies, well, most of these currencies do something in the sense of crafting, but they're also the currency you spend. So it can be kind of nuts. It can be kind of crazy. But yeah, I just found that out about Canada. I guess the general rule of thumb with whiskey is that if your country has the letter E in it, you spell it with the letter E. And if it doesn't, like Canada or Japan, you spell it without the E. Except for Wild Turkey, which is a bourbon that doesn't spell whiskey with an E. Or no, not Wild Turkey. Maker's Mark, for some reason, even though they're an American company, don't spell it with an E. But I was very confused to find that out. I was like, interesting. I know someone who's Canadian. I can ask them. But yeah, we haven't been live in a little bit. We haven't really had much chance to go live as often lately, so. Burial. What do we have? A T15 burial chamber? We have T14s. I guess we can run some of these without really juicing. Yeah, you craft everything in this game. It's true. I just checked the two big ones in this in this backwoods country. That's so interesting. Well, you learn something new every day, I guess. Hi, Chloe. You want to come up? Is that what you want? You want up? Oh, now Potter's gonna be mad because you got up and he didn't. All right, Chloe is now my POE lapdog.
I'm gonna bounce and focus on Yam's stream.
Let's see.
Why?
I also don't care for Canadian... Oh, here, I have a PoE scene. Don't care for Canadian Club or Crown Royal. Crown Royal is technically like a whiskey blend. It's not actually a whiskey. Canadian Club is just low quality, but I agree. I'm not a huge whiskey person myself, but if I am, I'm drinking like a bourbon or something like that. But yeah, I'm training Matt, actually. Training my friend Matt on how to be a bartender, because I am getting ready to launch a business. Needed bartenders, and he wanted to be a bartender. There you go. Good girl. But yeah, we're gonna get ready to run some naps. We'll prep all of these. And I have no orbs of alchemy? Ha! That's okay, we have 37 regal. Do we all spam maps? No, that's we can just go buy some of these.
Yeah, I'm also gonna pay
Whiskey is life, whiskey is love. Free here, by the way. Fee here? What do you mean fee here? Stream voice? Oh, yeah, stream channels. Let me switch back over to my Discord. I'm over in the guild Discord, but I am muted. Hey, yo! Oh, I'm still muted. Hey, yo!
What is up, my dude?
What's going on?
You gonna do the 3.21 name reveal?
I did. I already did. Yeah! My guess was completely wrong.
Did you guess, Brick Oven Pizza League like me?
I did, you know? It just looked like it was gonna be some brick oven pizzas. No, I thought it was gonna be like Overseer's Forge or something like that. Crucible. What does Crucible have to do with anything? Although that little imagery they showed of walking up to where you craft something almost feels like another, like, corruption altar type mechanic.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I'm excited to see what that is. Coffee says it's going to be on a boat, so we finally have Fishing League. It's cool.
Coffee's prediction every league is that it's gonna be boat league.
It's not like a boat league. Just need some elks here. Oh, Fee! That's what you meant, fee here. I see here. I'm adding it as well. Wow, you just started and you've already got 7 challenges finished? I was sitting at 9 for, like, all of League. Just knocked out the 10th.
You got someone that just started, and he's already at 7 challenges?
This is the guildie we were just talking to.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought he was new. Am I wrong? Is he not new?
No, he is new.
What?
Is that Felix in the chat?
Yeah. Need some Alex? Yeah, I'll buy some Alex off you. Do you have... First char was like... Oh, character was like follow guide? Yeah, I mean, that's how you should play PoE. You get through the following guides, understanding why a build works, how it works, and then you can tweak it on your own after that. And then you make weird shit, like a light radius build, or like a bronze lit Starforge Cyclone Slayer.
Yeah.
None of my builds are conventional. Word. Oh, just take it for free? No. No, we don't do that.
No.
Thank you, sir. I'll type it out so he also doesn't have to wait. he's a lonely kill champion.
So last night I was doing some guild services. Guild members gave me like 8 screaming invitations to run for them.
Oh, nice.
Because I'm guessing a lot of builds cannot run Uber Eater, and I didn't realize this. So
Yeah, I mean, dude, Uber Pinnacle bosses are hard.
yeah, so they just gave them to me, and I ran and just gave them all the loot.
75%. Not leech. Yeah, these are fine.
Do you know what today is?
St. Patrick's Day.
Correct.
Yes. Ah! My brain was like, you know this, come on! Oh yeah, Matt, I gave him a test yesterday. At first he failed. I told him passing grade was 85. He got an 80. Missed it by 1 question. And then I had him retake it. Fresh off the first exam. Didn't give him any of the answers, and he passed it.
Nice.
So.
Was it a verbal?
Yeah. The answers that he didn't know were, like, ones that he was like, oh, I definitely know this. Like, what is gin made of and stuff like that.
So verbals are way harder than writtens because there's no multiple choice.
Yeah. But he did fairly well. Next, we're gonna have the fun of learning cocktails. I'm still learning about scotch. Yummy, yummy scotch down in my belly. Oh, scotch is... So, the first time I ever actually had scotch, I was a teenager. I mean, I was of legal drinking age, but somehow in high school. Sure. But, yeah, so... My parents had a bar, I was going out for the night, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna grab a water bottle of something. I'm gonna fill it up. I'm gonna take it out with me. And I didn't know what anything was, so I grabbed the biggest bottle, because I figured they wouldn't notice the difference. Unscrewed the cap, poured scotch into a water bottle, got to where I was going, took a sip, and immediately was like, this is disgusting. And, yeah, that was about the last time that I drank scotch. We do have a couple of these to follow real quick.
So tell me the difference. What's the difference between scotch and whiskey and bourbon?
So in order to be considered bourbon, it must be at least 51% corn.
Okay.
In order to be a scotch, it must be made typically with any kind of grain mash and must be made in Scotland.
Okay.
An American whiskey, same type of thing. It's typically barley. In order to be considered a rye whiskey, it must be made with at least 65% rye. Yeah, it's mostly just how they're made and where they're barreled.
Okay, because I think like those three things are kind of synonymous in my head. So I guess it makes sense that the differences are like technicalities.
Yeah. They also taste fairly different. 6 chaos. You're gonna make me leave a map. Someone's gonna make me leave a map for 6 chaos. I know. Grim Sorrow. Invincible with 300 million plus DPS. Dude. That's funny. Yeah, so we're gonna try and juice the rest of these burial chambers.
Hell yeah, brother.
There is one scotch made in Cape Breton, Canada, which is allowed to be considered a scotch. How did they get away with that? How did they get away with that? That's like saying someone made tequila, but it was outside of the 5 tequila-producing regions of Mexico, in which case it's made like a tequila, but in that case it's just an agave spirit.
I wonder if it has something to do with Great Britain technically owning like several European countries.
I mean, maybe?
And I don't know if Scotland is one of them. Like, I know Great Britain actually is dominant over like Canada, or whatever phrasing they use.
Is dominant over Canada. They're just dominating Canada.
I mean,
what is my passes?
He can probably give you better insight.
Strong boxes, Eater, Elder, Abyss. Strong boxes, Eater, Elder, Abyss. Yeah, we gilded. Cool. It won Best in the World? Or something like that? Cape Breton, is that, Oh, God, what is the name of it? Genevieve, or something like that. I feel like I've heard about it. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I'm making that up. Reached bestiary. Wow, I don't have any good scarabs. Alright, let's go buy some rusty boys. Well, we also are going to need divination scarabs. And we have plenty. We only have 6 maps.
Or Kato. Whoops. Do you know what day today is?
Oops, name dropping. St. Patrick's Day, yes.
It's also my birthday.
Your birthday's on St. Patrick's Day?
It is. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, shit! Haven't Japanese been smashing all the whiskey competitions lately? Japanese whiskey is pretty good. How are the dogs? Dogs are good. Chloe's in my lap. So what are we doing for your birthday?
I'm going to work.
That sounds like fun. What can we do for 3 div? See if coffee will sell us a headhunter for a div.
No.
Let's take it to the double corruption. How's Kaito? Kaito is good! Kaito is busy. I'm playing catch-up mostly lately. A lot of Scots and Irish were pissy over it. Wow, interesting. I never heard about that. Although I do hear that Japanese whiskey is like the top of the leaderboard right now. Although it's whiskey without an E. They just... I don't know. It's something about the way they distill it before barreling. But yeah. Also, whiskey must be aged in a barrel, so the second you bottle it, you can't consider it aging anymore.
I wonder if that does something to the flavor. I mean, obviously.
Aging?
In a barrel.
Well, typically, I mean, even depending on what kind of barrel you age it in can change the type of whiskey, technically. But you'd use typically, like, oak barrels or something like that, where it would pull out not only the color, but also, like, the like, oaky vanilla flavors. So, depending on what you age it in. Terpenes, yeah. All sorts of flavorful things.
Is that the right word? I think that's the right word.
Yeah. So we need some scarabs. Scudubs. We want... What is the strongbox scarab called? Ambush.
Ambush, yes sir. So I listed my mirror up for sale in League.
Okay.
Because I want to sell it to diversify my investments for when things hit standard. I think the first move when it sells is to buy 2 or 3 original skins.
2 or 3?
2 or 3.
That's a lot of original sin.
Yes, because I was talking to Guild last night, and like the broad analysis is that there are only 100 or so that exist.
Only 100? Really?
Or so, yeah.
It was that hard to get them?
Because there's only like 70 on the market.
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, you have to do a whole Sanctum run, no hit.
Easy game.
It's like running my build through the Sanctum. Actually, I wonder if my build could do it. Interesting.
Can it?
I don't know. It might be able to. It would make sense that it could because you can't get hit anyways, so the health doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I would just throw mines off screen and detonate them.
Worth a try for an original sin.
Yeah, wait a second. Wait a second, boys.
Do I have scarabs in my map device? No, okay, I usually leave some in there. Alright, so we got ambush scarabs, which technically we don't need one of these. Elder scarab? And then we'll add deli to it with the map device.
Have you noticed that with Deli on the map device, you get a ton of delirium orbs?
I have not. Because I haven't been running it on that. I just want to run off all the burial chambers I have, which isn't many. I only have 6.
So they're less value now because it's 10C, but when Deli orbs were 15C, it was like guaranteed profit every time.
Guy only has 1. Okay. Oh, Chloe, I love when you lay on my headphones. It's so nice. Thank you. So, what location you working in today?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. What location you working in today? Are they throwing you a party at least?
No, I doubt it. I have a trainee.
Ah. Just casually drives to all the local USPS branches. You know, that's 5, that's fine. We'll take it. Let's accept the trade. Take the extra chaos. Thank you. End league. If I'm throwing someone an extra chaos, I don't mind. We're rich now. Just kidding. We're not actually rich. Alright, so we got boom, boom, boom. Boom. One more scarab. What did we say we were gonna do? Yeah, ambush, div, elder.
Harbinger or div.
We have div. Probably harbinger. We're juicing abyss though. I just don't know if I want to chase the abyss around. I kind of see what you mean.
So then unspec abyss and spec in harbinger.
We're gonna refund this tree anyways.
But also, if you're juicing screaming or not screaming, eater of worlds on those maps for eater altars, Coffee was telling me that it's better to rush the boss and kill the boss first.
Really?
Because then you
I
don't
mean,
get boss.
on burial chambers, there really is no way to do that though.
No, yeah, you just run through the map. Because what it does is the eater altars will no longer offer boss rewards. So you have a higher chance of getting the divine orb drop altar.
Interesting. Top and bottom are the same, 5% chance for Harvey.
Yeah, it's annoying. When I was doing Crimson Temples, trying to run through the density is not easy.
Since we're not really running Sextants, we can put that back on. I guess we just spend these here. Yeah. Last one is going to be Harb Scarab. Which I have 3 of. Oh, I have a free Delirium Craft. Interesting. Alright, okay. So, we will... please. Word, and a 1 div sale, starting off right.
Nice. What'd you sell?
I am selling. Oh, just the eye, the strength, and dex, max ES, minions deal 5% increase in damage duel.
Oh, nice. Is that the one you dropped from?
Yeah, yeah, with the 2 implicits. For a div, that was a good jewel.
Yeah, it's now end league, so people are getting reckless because they don't care about league currency.
Give me your money! Oh, we only have 4 div in league right now, so we're not doing anything too crazy.
So what day does League end? It said in the video. Is it March 30th?
March 30th is the announcement. That's probably when the merge is, and then new league starts on the 7th.
Ah.
We have one more Atlas point. Boom. All right, yeah, let's go for this. Video chambers. We're gonna spin to win the rest of the league, boys.
Why don't you lay down your weapons and talk it over?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. So last night there was a Sacred Blossom in the guild stash, so I asked for Cronus if I could have it.
Yeah?
Just the test, right? I went in there, and you've seen me do Uber Eater, right? It takes me like, I don't know, like 30 seconds, because it takes me like quite a few mines, but I still do it.
Yeah.
So Oshabi took literally 2 mines.
That's it, huh?
That is it. I put down 2 mines, and then I was like getting ready to dodge stuff, and she just died.
Oh my god. Dude, next league is gonna be cake.
Yeah, next league's gonna be real fun.
We have so many altars here. Increased rarity. God damn it. Ran out too fast. All damage taken from missing zap you. Then we got another one? What? It just let me hit an altar twice.
Maybe one spawned right after.
Maybe?
It's not unlikely. I've seen them spawn next to each other.
I just had 3 next to each other.
Oh, nice.
And another one. Holy friggin' things.
Big quant.
Big quant, but can he brick it? Yes, he can! Diala's subjugation? Nice. Too many sacrifice fragments. That's what I should really be selling. Nice. Coming out with the chromey boys.
I can't do this just yet.
My instinct for opening strong boxes is a lot like my instinct of setting fireworks off. Light it and fucking run. Cause you never know what kind of mods. I'm on the final song of the Knee Bad Omens album. Wait till the second top last song for an actual banger. This is kind of weak. This is kind of weak. Oh no. I hate when the best song's in the middle and the rest of the songs aren't that good. Cause like you hear that one, wow, okay, alts. You hear that one crazy song and you're like, oh my god, this whole album's gonna be crazy. And then it's not. Wow, 8 annulment shards off 1 Harvey. Let's go. Spin to win. Hey, you doing anything special for your birthday?
Nope, not really.
How come?
Because I work.
Yeah, but it's also a holiday.
The grind never stops.
Yeah, the grind stops sometimes.
Nope.
Regal Orb. Didn't Regal Orb used to have a, what's it called? An audio to it?
Don't remember.
I feel like mine used to, but it doesn't now. Maps are easy. Where's the challenge? We're also coming out with a lot of Chromie boys. Hitting all those altars early. Where's the last? Ah, there he is. Guildies. Gilded Scarabs. We got 2 Shaper maps. And that was it. Because we're not picking up those T15s. And we did. We got 2 Deli Orbs for that one. 2 Deli Orbs for that one mirror on device. And then we ended up with...
So that's profit.
37 Chromie Orbs. That's it. Yeah. Good timing. Very nice. Currency's just rolling in today.
Dude, is it just me, or does the Toyota RAV4 look absolutely ancient?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Even the new ones look ancient.
Even the new ones.
They do.
I'm behind one right now. It looks like a toy. They took a a kid's toy and just made it big.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Cannot leech. We don't want that. Reflect Fizz and Elemental? Oh, let's get it. The easy mods. Here, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Chloe, you gotta move. I'm gonna have to limp to the bathroom because my leg is dead. Well. Oh, God. Oh, God damn it. Oh. Hey, I am back.
Nope.
Let's see. Nope. We can run these after. Are these just Shaper influenced? No Shaper bosses? Okay. Sure. Sure, I say. And then we'll do this one first. Oh, we need scarabs. Just those? Yeah. There we go. There we go. Map number 2. Imagine if we could drop a doctor in 6 maps.
That'd be lit. I don't know what they're worth anymore. Maybe
They went down to 9 div from 14, so they might still be 9.
it's based on price of the headhunter.
Oh, is it? Jeez.
I think they're usually a little bit more expensive. Buying those is more expensive than buying a headhunter.
So like what, 110% of whatever the price is of a headhunter?
Something like that.
Well, if I drop one, I'm gonna price check it anyways.
It's,
Yay. Dude, this map is hard! Oh. Jeez.
I can't do this just yet.
You
I
put
saw a
Delhi on
video-
the map and it go crazy.
I saw a video that came out like yesterday, and it was a video of someone doing a 3.2 Cyclone Starforge Impale Slayer,
Really?
and it was doing Cyrus.
What? What'd they do?
I don't know. You might want to go watch it though.
Yeah, I guess so.
What?
Oh, dude, this is telling me. Hi, Cloud. Oh, you want to come back up? Oh, I just ripped my headphones out. Hold on. Come here. That's right. Pete, there's not enough room for both of you up here.
Pete.
Pete. He wants lap too, but Chloe got lap.
Peter.
Peter. Oh, what is killing me? Something is just absolutely annihilating me, and I can't even see what it is.
Is it
Stupid
student loan interest
GGG.
rates? Because that's what's annihilating me.
Is it what?
Is it student loan interest rates?
Nah, it's probably Taco Bell.
Oh, that too. No, it's probably the one chip.
Probably the one chip. Yeah, that'll do it.
Annihilated.
All this valuable loot over here. Oh, Chloe. What are we gonna do with you? Where's the rest of these strongbox minions? Oh, this dude? No. How far away from a strongbox can a minion spawn?
Far. Well, they can spawn close and then run away. Also. Like, there's one that's real fast, and it'll run away. It's real annoying.
I don't know where it went. It had to have moved down, right? Oh, is that it? That was it. Alright, cool. Now we got 2 portals left. I don't know what was tracking me over here, but it's gone. And I also want to put this up here.
Alright, boys, I gotta go into work. I will talk to you later.
Alright, Joe. Talk to you later. Sustain is the only thing keeping me alive. Open again? Oh, yeah. We'll take these. Easy. Getting through the second half of this, no problem. Now, if we could just drop a doctor. It's some dense mobs, I'll tell you that. We just want to make sure we're getting these sim splinters. This is almost full juice. If we had sextants, this would be full juice. Oh god, Chloe, what are we gonna do with you? You just not comfy? You gonna make me sit in the corner so I have to move you? Here, lay down. Lay down. Just chilling. Just a little tiny dog head. She's a good girl. She just takes up space. And a lot of it. Jeez, I don't know if it's the deli making it hard or what. We still have a whole harm over here. Alright, now I feel comfortable about hitting this. We can follow this to wherever it goes without running through another Harbinger or something like that. That's going to make it even harder. Sheesh. That's it. All for 2 orbs of chance. And a level 81 murder side jewel. Why didn't that pop up? Okay, that's fine. Either way. We have strong boxes and altars to hit. I guess we still have more enemies over here. Alright, what do we got? For a frenzy charge? I think we're generating frenzy charges, aren't we? I can't remember on this build. I think we are, and if we can't take it, we can take these. And then we have Orbs of Fusing. As if they weren't hard enough. F! Maybe not the best move. It's okay, we still have 2 portals after all that. We ended up having to take it just a little bit slower, but in the long run I think we were fine. Let me move! Okay, cool. These things disappear on you. We'll take the fusings. Now we just have the math boss with 1 portal. Oh, we killed her. Can we go back and collect those? Yeah, we can. We have 1 portal left. Yeah, detonating that rage using Berserk is it's just such huge DPS. We'll take these all. decent return on investment, but we're not getting what we came here to get. Like, yeah, that's pretty decent. All this was currency. And then... we'll put this here. Rusted Legion. See, this was worth anything. Increased effect of lightning ailments. 1C. 10C. 50C. It's not bad. Let's corrupt it. Staff attacks. Staff attacks. Forget that. Why did that just drop like that? Because it's a good base? Or league currency. Not a bad card. Dude, what's going on with drops this map? This is interesting. Just want to make sure we're clearing this entire area. Explodes, glad we moved. And now we'll clear them up. Not really worth it. I was gonna say, I saw cast Lightning Storm, and I figured can't cast Lightning Storm and Frost Nova, right? I don't think I've ever seen a strong box do two, but that might just be me. Just with this. One chaos, 120C, one div, one div. It's only eye level 81. But we'll hold it. It's only eye level 81. I don't know why it would drop like that. Lion Pelt is probably the best base for range, but... physical damage reduction... Flying through him. We ran more burial chambers this league than any other map that I have ever run. Even more than the Primordial Blocks maps. Which might be a good thing to do again next league. Oh, whole engineer's orb. Stupid shanked him. Yeah, Timeless Monolith. I love them with my Deadeye. I hate them with my melee builds. This build was just not made to do it. There's no sort of chain or extra AoE. It's literally just hit things. And I'll just come up and around here. Synthesized Viridian Jewel. I didn't see what the base was, but could be good. Do we even do the monolith? I guess we try. I don't think the monolith can drop all the things, but... yeah, now we just do that in reverse. We can do the scouting reports.
I can't do this just yet.
It would be nice to drop a doctor. Next league's content is going to be pretty insane. Pretty disgusting. 2% increased fire damage as a synthesized implicit. We can craft this. We could craft on this. It's only 81 though. Why is everything dropping 81? Oh, this is a tier 14 map, that's why. There you go, Bo. Ugh. A lot of div cards, none of the ones we wanted. Okay, let's just, okay, we'll hit it with some chaos. Chaos damage, reduced ignite duration. I think DOT would probably be the mod you'd want here. We'll scour, we'll... Physical DOT, mine... We're just gonna alt spam a little bit. Why not? Coming along. A div? A div for that as a base? Single scorching fossils is the play since you got fire damage implicit. I gotta be honest, I don't think I've ever really played around with fossils. I have a few. Do I have a scorching? No. But this is saying that this base is like a div. Like, about a div. With axes. I don't know if that makes it any better. It does not. Can we? You can't craft on these, can you? No, you can't. Yeah, I'm gonna list that as is for a div. It's a rare with 2 mods and an implicit. Yeah, we'll just list it up there for a divine. If somebody wants to finish a nice craft, they can. It's a good implicit. Still nice though, yeah. 8% increased damage, 2% increased fire damage, 6% increased max life. If you could get like maybe fire DOT, like damage over time on it, I feel like it'd be pretty good because then you could use it for like a righteous fire build. Yeah, oh, we finished this map, didn't we? We finished that map. We are going back to Delirium on the map device. We're going to drop us some Deli Orbs. time we got? It's only 9:30. We're running through it.
This is your
Oh my god, Harvey, right at the beginning, really? Do we come back for the Harvey? Oh my god. Oh my god, my best. We're just gonna keep going for it. We just want to earn another Deli Orb or two for the next couple maps. And we're only running these off to help finish and tidy up our stash for end league. Not bad. That's a Xandis Cassock. I don't even gotta click it. I don't even gotta see the art. Oh, dodge! There they all are. Get out of the way to Frost Nova. We'll come back. That can be it. There it is. Ooh, oh, it's... High level 81 F, man. Thaumaturges. But we got some Deli
My
Orbs.
spirit is spent.
Oh, is this map no regen? And I was still able to do all that? Yeah. I didn't realize this map was no regen, which means we're relying entirely on Leech. There we go. Unique items. If only it was divination cards. Let's say it's Cassock, yeah? Yeah, it is. Didn't even need to see it. That's how well I'm getting to know my uniques. Easy. I hate when you walk in a room and it's just all projectiles pointed at your face. It's a real good way to get killed. Real good way to get killed. But since there's no deli, this stupid sanctum shouldn't be too hard from here on. Come back for it. Wow! We got a map goblin. I will say abysses, when you spec into them, get pretty big. We'll see if those got, if we got lucky, if those are worth anything.
My spirit is spent.
I keep forgetting this map is no regen. It can't be out here dodging, ducking, dipping, diving. Danger bait. I feel like my non-deli maps are sometimes more dense than my deli maps. It's just that my deli maps would be harder. We took the minus res mod because it's also the divination cards have a chance to be duplicated. Imagine dropping a double doctor. It'd be very worth it. Rewritten distant memory synthesized map. That's okay. We can see if we drop anything good. We're getting some interesting drops out of this. Let's check out these amulets. $50C? Why? No, that's not it. What are these going for? 20C. I kind of want to run it. How do you guys feel about it? Running a synth map real quick. Just a little baby synth map. Jeez, I will say it's kind of dense. We don't really care about all the little enemies because they don't drop synth bases. We just care about the boss at the end. Which means as soon as we max out our rage, which it looks like we have, we can just try and find the end. Oh. So maybe this way? Ah, yes. Here. Come on.
I cannot allow you to impede the cause. Be still. Rayclass needs me. Light of salvation. Darkness. I will sacrifice everything for the cause.
Circle of Guilt?
Say the same.
Okay, we got a really good roll on these too. Doesn't exist. 2 div. Oh, because we got increased fire damage and cold res. Like 10-15 div? Is that correct? Hell yeah! Quality it up first. I don't even know. Increased damage while leeching, that was good for us. And then regen and less hits taken from fire. I didn't really care about mine. I think we can list this for like 10-15. This is my other one. 15% to all res is good. We'll go 12 div. Put it in trade chat for 10 div, OBO. I'm gonna put this up, I just don't think it's gonna be worth anything. No, because you can roll that. That's a waste. Cluster Jewel. Can we get 2 notables? 5 chaos. $10 chaos. $50 chaos. Okay, that's better. Chuck this up for 50C. What do they do? Increase damage for each herald affecting you. 20% increased damage while affected by a herald. Oh, my back. Herald skills deal 40% increased damage, 20% increased effect of herald buffs. That's pretty good. Surprised the Winged Abyss Scarab hasn't moved much. Alright. No, I didn't want to go back into it. Yeah! There we go. So we got 2 of these left. We'll take him. Superior Absolution. Every time I hear Absolution, I think Absolution of a Dream, the track from Sonic. Jesus. Okay. And back through. Stupid Ice Nova, the one time I don't dash away.
I can't do this just yet.
Where the hell did all these guys come from? Oh, there's a Harpy here. Oh, Aventers, nice. Well, assuming it's Aventers. It's not Aventers. I am pleasantly surprised. I like dropping Venters though, because even though 90% of the time they're going to be dog crap rolls, like, you could get that one RNG Venter that's just objectively better. Interesting. And Varius. Come on. And another one. I feel like there's a lot of harbs in this map. This is the what? The fourth? Did we just get lucky? We didn't use a Gilded Scarab. Ooh. Clear the area. Oh. I think that's a Mysterious Barrel one. Oh my god. Jesus.
I can't do this just yet.
Strongbox kind of beefy. No way. Nope. Seditionist touch. This strongbox kind of beefy. Feels bad. We lost some portals to that. I saw the heavy belt and I was about to flip. Yeesh. Oh, what are you doing?
My spirit is spent.
Oh. Chloe, you're gonna fall. Is what's gonna happen. She keeps adjusting herself closer and closer to like the edge of my leg. I don't think she gets that the only thing under my leg is floor. Superior Maze of the Minotaur, nice. Am I using Shaper Scarabs by mistake instead of Elder Scarabs? Am I throwing? I feel like I am. Ah, we'll have to move that. So many rings, so little time. Really? We have one more map. We can actually use this polished ambush we just picked up. Interesting. No, it had to have been Elder. Elder influenced. Don't know why we were dropping so many Shaper maps.
I can't do this just yet.
I haven't even thought about what some of my build items are going to end up being like in standard, what they're going to be worth. One doctor, please. One doctor would be lovely. Huh? Was it a deli explosion? I did not see, sir. Wow, we still got hit by the Ice Nova and survived? It's always the Harbies that wander. Wander far away from the box. Any of them good old-fashioned portal scrolls out here? Nope. getting kind of hungry. Mortal Scrolls.
I can't do this just yet.
Oh my god, I almost died there. Stupid Sanctum! Why is it so beefy? We're having a hard time with this one.
Chaos Lord.
Easy. You gonna summon anything, or? Is this his troop? Yeah, that was them. Is that another one of those? From what? The Highwayman! Oh. Wow, the Highwayman's kind of a good ring, huh? Ah! I can't see what it was, but something just tore through our health. Like, are you fucking kidding me? It just double-clicked the portal, so I guess that's the end of that. We got the perfect move speed though. It's probably the less what you care about. You probably care more about the rarity. Really? Worth it? Worth of all orb? Ten div. Yeah, I'll list this for 10 div. See if anyone wants to throw effort money at me. C. How do I have this? $25C. Like a div, maybe? Let's start throwing stuff up there and see if anyone wants to throw effort money at us. Hey. Huh? A 1660 super? Hell yeah! Come buy our stuff! Oh. Lightning Taiji. What a first one. Nice, another div. We made some div today, so we're gonna have a total of 8 div. We were alt spamming this bow, let me tell you. It was not going well. Extra login screen. I have trades enabled on both, so if any of my big items sell, because I have a 20 div body. And if somebody wants to buy it on the cheapest at 20 div, it's additional curse and increased attributes. So yeah, if anybody wants to switch over and buy it, like buy it in standard, I'm willing to switch over from League. Because that's 20 div. What am I going to do? Turn down 20 div? Like some kind of a jackhole? She's got her little tail over her face. Actually, I'm going to do this. We'll run off our Atlas missions. Try and get some fragments, get some decent drops. Come on, just show me the boss. I don't particularly care for all these minions.
My spirit
Huh?
is spent.
Where's the boss? Oh, it's no regen too? Wow, love that.
Chaos Orb.
Wasn't able to move for a second there. Oh, here. We're losing rage by the second elder, come on. Easy aim. Greaves. We're almost done with our Atlas as well. We don't really care about the rest of the map. Oh, Kirak! Long day.
How's the trail?
Eh. What is this? Joy's Asylum. Rare helmets. Increased experience gain. Can't say I've done this one.
You die rather well.
I feel like Herald of Ash would be huge on this. Whole thing a dead end? No, I don't think so. I think we're getting too far into it for it to be a dead end. Okay. Where is it going? Coming through. Oh, what? And I didn't have a portal. Poor Joy. Does it connect to the right? It does. What? Hey, Chloe. You're gonna fall, you know that? I am confused as to where this map boss is. I'm just trying to get through this map, sir. Is there no map boss? There's none? Ah! That was it. That's all it was? You just dropped a bunch of helmets? Felt like kind of a waste of time.
Godslayer.
It's kind of boring. And anticlimactic. Sheesh. Alright, what's next? What's next on the list? We have 4 div. What do we have left in our crafting tab? Anything? Not really. I guess we could run these. Sure, why not? We'll use up the rest of our scarabs.
One of my captors felt no emotion. He did not hesitate to inflict. All he feels is
Oh, that thing. Chloe. Can you not? Did he just come back to life? Don't know if I've ever run one of these maps as well. This build is so close to just being great, and it's not. I don't get it.
I can't do this just yet.
What is this thing? Chloe. We'll take it. Sada's touch. This is the linear map. Potter. Potter. Leave it alone, buddy. This has got to be the last one, right? High level 83, we'll take it. I also wanted to see what this is. Tavukai. Tavukai? Interesting, it's an SRS amulet. Made of a Minotaur. F. I couldn't move.
I can't do this just yet.
Man, there's so many environmental hazards in PoE that I just am vulnerable and susceptible to. Like that. Huh? What even just killed me? We might die on this one. We might not be able to complete it, which would suck. Because he's not... Oh, okay, there we go. Fragment of the Minotaur. Potter! Hold on. By level 20, faster casting. 5C. Fire, cold, cold. C. C. I don't know if I believe that that's 20C. Or that. Yep, that's that. Oh, my leg. It's the bottom right or bottom left? We have so many fragments, it's ridiculous. We got a couple more of those maps to run. Lair of the Hydra on both. They're exactly the same. Yeah, so maybe we can get 2 fragments of the Hydra. Chloe, I have to go to the bathroom. Bean. Come here. Oh. You're gonna make this incredibly difficult. How do you? Yeah.
please, man. Please get up.
And once again, back from the restroom. Oh, and I've just whacked my knee. Ah. Sheesh. Alright. I need to do something with all those sacrifice fragments.
One of my captives wore many faces. Now, he cannot escape.
They are using you. Everyone is simply using you.
I mean, I'm just trying to kind of get through this. Go back and clean all this up. Shaper Guardian maps are kind of like really linear. I like it. I like it a lot. Frozen, or whatever that was, couldn't move. And those friggin' projectile minions. Amorphous? Oh, with Metamorph type. Nothing I'm really interested in there. Guessing it's this way. This like screams circle trap, but oh well, we're going for it. And stupid sanctum. Where'd they go? Easy.
that stretches the sanity of the mind.
Back into the Hydra. Assassin's Boots, Fall Rapier. Oh, Writhing Invitation. Strange. Yeah, that's it for those. We got one more layer of the Hydra, I believe. Fancy. Fancy. Hate the Writhing Invitation. Alright, one more of those. And then we may call it at 11 today.
One of
We
my
just might.
captives wore many faces, yet kept her true face hidden. Now she cannot escape her true face.
We're not sticking around for it.
Finally, come on.
We're just going straight to the boss.
I can't do this just yet.
Oh, what was she up there?
That stretches the sanity of the mind.
The Forgotten. Interesting. Oh, it's all the synth bosses? Altered, twisted, rewritten, and augmented distant memories. Did I see a bow here? I did. A lightning damage against shocked enemies. That was strange. Okay, we out of here. That's interesting, the Forgotten. There's the Forgotten, the Feared, and what else? And we can't do any of these, right? The hidden. Maven stuff can go over here. I think that's it for stuff I actually want to run, but we can leave this open. And I do want to check out that build that Tom had mentioned to us. Huh? I fit 31 views over the course of the afternoon, of the evening, whichever, depending on where you're at in the world. Cyclone, Slayer, Impale. Void Forge, Cyclone, Slayer. This has got to be it, right? By MV Extreme.
The Jameson
Let me just make sure you didn't send it to me or anything. No, I didn't. I think this is it, though.
Decoy. A totally legit way for you to take your SBTO this year.
We'll just minimize that. Okay, here we go.
Guys, and welcome to a new video. Today, I want to present to you the next character that I want to play in the Sanctum League after the, in my opinion, very freaking successful EK Ignite League starter up to the mid-game budget, in my opinion. And now I wanted to play something different. Since a lot of people would like to see some love to melee skills, I decided to go and play a melee skill. And now you might wonder, like, yo, wait a second, dude. It's Sanctum League. What the hell do you want to do with a melee build in Sanctum, as we already know it's not that good? And honestly, I think just the better your character is, the easier the Sanctum will get, right? So this is just something, so in league start scenarios, definitely I do highly agree with that, but I think at some point you're gonna have so much damage and speed and survivability.
Let's see where he's going with this. I'm blocking his face.
You know,
it's fine.
Gonna make your runs like a lot easier over time because you have like extra resolve, more inspiration, extra coins, extra whatever, you know. So the more Sanctum you play, the easier it's gonna get, and the better your build's gonna be, the stronger it's gonna be as well, you know. So I'm not too worried about that one, and yeah. So I would say let's start with the basics. What is the idea of this build, okay? And nope, there is not gonna be any map showcase or anything like that. This is just like a theory craft, kind of like how this build could put together, basically, or how we can put this together. And I would say, first things first, whenever they released the trailer, the announcement, the live stream, and showcased a bunch of new stuff and reworked stuff, they also showcased the revamped Void Forge.
Yeah.
Void Forge lost actually damage, so the older version had like a 50% or something, or 30 to 60% increased physical damage. That's now gone, but it now has 700% of weapon physical damage as extra damage of a random element. It used to be 300%, so we got a
that 30% increase AoE and Fortify on hit is huge. That would save me like 5 points on the tree.
Like, I always wanted to play a Void Forge build, but I never got myself to do so. Last week, I wanted to do the similar or the.
We're using Star Forge for the record, not Void Forge.
Right
Fizz can shock instead of elemental damage.
And I was like, oh man, I'm too lazy to level our character, and I'm actually done with the league and blah blah blah, you know. So, but therefore, this league made it even better with the buffed uniques. For example, one of those is the Void Forge sword, and the other ones we're gonna talk about in a bit. But we got some better and crazier tools to work with this time. So what Void Forge is basically doing is you're gonna stack a lot of physical damage, and you're gonna get a shit ton of physical as extra of a random element, but it says deal no non-elemental damage. That means even if I equip this Void Forge now and I just do my default attack, you see it has no damage. And why is that? Because I deal no physical damage and the weapon has physical damage. So there's two ways of approaching this. One would be, let's go into cold conversion to get at least this bit of physical damage that we have, and convert it into in cold damage, for example. Or we just ignore it completely and just stack physical damage, because every single auto attack will have now 700% physis extra, fire, cold, lightning, fire, cold, you know? Every time you hit, it's 700% physis extra, so all we need to do is basically stack fat physical damage. And there is like two things. One is the Trinity support that works wonders with that, because we need to hit 2 times with a very high element to get the resonance, right? And since our Void Forge alternate between the element all the time, we're gonna secure Trinity support without doing anything else. I don't need to do like a T1 lightning, T1 cold damage on my weapon to maybe get a higher cold damage, no, it doesn't matter. Every time it like alternates between the elements, so we're gonna hit fire and cold, and then we're gonna have like the full Trinity support, so that's like free big damage, since Trinity is one of the best support gems in the game. But we're gonna do this a little bit more tricky in adding a Bloodthirst support. So this is a support gem that barely anybody ever uses, but what it does is you reserve your life, or at least you should reserve your life, because the more life you reserve, the more flat physical damage is gonna get added to your weapon. So the more we reserve, the more damage we get. And since we are really in big need of flat physical damage, this is like a pretty cool style. So we're gonna get a low life Void Forge build going. So what is another good way of scaling flat physical damage? I mean, Abysses. Abysses is like 40 to 60 physical damage to attacks. This is huge, especially on a Void Forge build. This is gonna get a lot of damage and increased crit multi and all attributes. Everything super sweet on this one. But there is one major downside to this helmet, and this is 45%
increased phys damage taken. It's not easy to deal with, I'll tell you that.
To the damage you get from like auto attacks or whatever physical damage it's going to be. So we need to
that's why we're using that one with transfiguration of soul, mind, and body. I forget what it's called.
Damage, and this is not like just an increase. It's I take 45% more damage or increased damage, which is a more multiplier, right? And the way to counter this one is by stacking endurance charges or armor, determination, and so on. As you already saw, I got like a determination helmet chant on my Abysses here. So what we're gonna do is I want to scale endurance charges and armor to counter the effect of Abysses. And since we're Slayer on this one, we have a note.
When does the league start? The actual new league starts on the 7th, and the reveal is going to be on the 30th. I'll be covering the reveal live, so if you're not a fan of using Twitch, I'll be live with it on YouTube.
This is a technique that I used in the past as well. Your maximum endurance charges is equal to your maximum frenzy charges.
Yeah, I thought about that.
You're stacking frenzy charges, and you get endurance charges out of that.
And then we were doing something similar to this build. It's really interesting that he says this is a theory craft, because we've been running this all of League. But I'd say about 2-3 months ago, when we were actually doing it, we were using this, and then we were using Disciple of the Slaughter and Disciple of the Unyielding for both endurance and frenzy charges, and then generating that way.
So
it just wasn't consistent
like
enough.
Power, 3 endurance, and 3 frenzy, if you can generate them, right? But what it means is, if I get 1 max frenzy charge, I have 4 max frenzy, 4 endurance max, and 3 power charges because of Masterful Form. So instead of like skilling into the endurance charges, we're gonna simply stack frenzy charges. So if I get 1, 2, 3 frenzy charges on my tree, I also have then plus 3 maximum endurance charges.
Yep.
And as using the replica Pharaoh's 4, it says gain up to a maximum number of frenzy and endurance charges when you gain Cat's agility. So basically, this replica chest will, like the normal replica, Pharaoh's 4 gives you power and frenzy charges. This one gives you frenzy and endurance charges, which is perfectly suited for the Masterful Form. So what? And it
that's a
also
lot
says,
of investment for charge generation, though. You're losing 2 slots.
So what we need to do,
or you're losing a slot.
Any like
You're losing 1 slot, you're losing a bunch of points on the tree, and you're losing ascendancy points just for the generation of endurance charges, which
that has aspect of the cat.
We'll see where he's going with it.
As soon as I activate my aspect of the cat and it cycles into the cat's agility, you're gonna see that I'm gonna get up to like 6 frenzy and endurance charges. And this is basically gonna stay permanently, so I can even count those into my resistance, for example, right? So there is one problem. As you're gonna see here, my charge is going to fall off before my cat's agility is back up. because it cycles between the cat's agility and I think cat's stealth or something, and one is like, I don't know, 6-7 durations, the other one is like 4 or 5 durations. There is 2 ways of countering that. One would be the charge mastery with 100% increased charge duration, or another like pretty cool trick, you're gonna get a less duration support on your on the item that has cat aspect of the cat. So what this does, as you see here, it's like 4 seconds plus like 7 or 8 seconds plus 4 seconds, because the other one is lasting longer, 8 seconds, right? So it's 12 seconds. If I put in my less duration now and like reactivate that thing, you're gonna see it's like 3 seconds and 2 seconds and 4 seconds and 2 seconds. So we like half the duration of our cat stealth and agility, and therefore 100%
interesting tech
and endurance charges. And since every endurance charge gives me, I think, 4% physical damage mitigation.
Very interesting tech.
That would be already like 24% plus determination and so on. So this is gonna hopefully help and fix our abysses stacking or damage stacking source over here. And then they introduced, wait, I think there's like another one. I just put an item in every tab so I can explain real quickly before spoiling the entire thing, right? So, since we're using the Void Forge and we're gonna deal fire, cold, and lightning damage, and it's gonna be a crit-based build, so we're gonna inflict freeze, shock, and ignites. The problem is we are not scaling any of these ailments, but what we can do is using Secrets of Suffering, which comes from the interrogation unique small cluster jewel.
It's tough.
Which says cannot ignite, chill, freeze, or shock, but critical strikes inflict Scorch, Brittle, and Sap. So these are alternate elemental ailments. So, you know, if I make a crit with a fire damage, I'm gonna inflict an ignite, right? But instead, we're gonna inflict Scorch. And what these three things are doing, Scorch is lowering the elemental resistance of the enemy, which is good because, hey, we're using Void Forge, we're dealing all 3 elemental sources. So if we lower all the resistance of the enemy, every single hit will be like very powerful. Let's assume I have like flammability. Monster take like increased fire damage or less fire resistance, right? Then only 1/3 of my damage will be benefit from then, which is the fire portion, basically, right? But with Secrets of Suffering, with the scorching effect, we're gonna lower the all resistance.
But then you have to go through the investment of getting crit capped with a 2-handed sword, which is tough unless you're taking the Ascendancy that gives you 8% flat crit on all weapons. Like, I mean, here, let's pop over to mine real quick. Currently, with my flasks up, I'm about 80% critical strike chance. 2-handers, the problem is it's hard to get crit cap. So if you're trying to have 100% critical strike chance at all times without being forced to use an increased critical strike chance jewel or gem in your links, and we're talking about even with things like a quick getaway pressure points on all of my my larges, we could fit one more with a few more levels, but we're only level 95. The Fortify on hit would allow us to get rid of this mastery here, which means we wouldn't need to take this with the -3 fortification. So the fact he has that double corrupt is huge, because that would save 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, which we could then use in another medium, which might bring us up to maybe 90% critical strike chance. But with a 2-hander, it's generally pretty hard to get critical strike capped without increased critical strikes on it. And if you're going to go through that level of investment, at what point is it just better to do cast on crit anyways?
Then we get Brittle instead of Freeze, and Brittle does giving you base critical strike chance, and all of these things scale the same way as like Shock and Freeze based on your ailment or non-damaging ailment effect that we're gonna go in a second. And then the last one is Sap, and Sap is basically reducing the damage that you take from the enemy. So if the guy, let's say, is the maximum stats, basically, I think is Scorch is like minus 30% to all resistance, or elemental to all, I think it was elemental resistance.
Yep.
Then we have Brittle, which gives me up to plus 6% base critical
flat crit.
Chance. And then we have Sap, which says 20%, I think, less damage taken, or yeah, less
they
damage.
Deal. I believe it works like in Enfeeble,
so
where it weakens the damage that they do.
A freeze, a shock, or something. I mean, shock is good, right? but instead of having like 2 or 3 useless ailments, we're gonna have all 3 ailments that are gonna benefit our build. We take less damage, we have increased critical base strike chance, and we lower all the resistance of the enemy. So the interrogation, the secrets of suffering, is a very good fit in this tri-ally build. And then we're gonna go and scale increase of non-damaging ailments over here, and I think I have some increased effect.
Okay, so that's where he's getting a lot of his crit from, is increasing the non-damaging ailment. Since it's only giving you flat critical strike chance, it's not technically a damaging ailment, so that would actually help.
He's pretty far on this, so I need to hit less to get a better effect. So it shouldn't be the worst thing or the hardest thing to get the maximum effect, because the higher your damage is, the higher your crit, the more scorch effect you're gonna have. So it can be 0% to -30. So the higher I hit, I want to get 30%, 6%, and 20%, so we get the maximum benefits out of it. Good. Next up on the list is this beautiful flask here, Oriat's End. So Oriat...
I no longer want to watch the rest of this video. this build just got 10 times more expensive instantly. Let's see where he's going with it. It's
explosions. This got released this
yeah, we know.
Ubersaurus, I think. And yeah, this is basically the same thing as my Void Forge. It says enemies you kill have a 30% chance to explode, which is already very, very high. Dealing 1/10 of their life as the damage of a random element.
So if you were looking for a budgetary way to do this, you may just have to find more reservation efficiency and then use something like Herald of Ash. Something that just causes explosions or overlap. What is a melee skill? Melee Splash, I think it is. That adds a splash damage radius to your melee hits, which can work kind of like mini explode if you want to sacrifice a gem for it. Oriat's End is insanely expensive. Most players probably won't be able to afford one.
Element is always fire, cold, or light.
But there are other options if you want to explode.
As the
or it's Herald of Ice, maybe.
Fire,
I think it is.
Lightning, cold, like a random element. But now you have the issue that you cannot like focus on one type specifically, one elemental type, right? So you would usually, if you say, yo, my build is a cold build, you want to have like frostbite, or for example, as a curse to lower the frost resistance, right? If your build is a fire build, you want to run flammability and stuff, right? But this time we could use early weakness, but there is another way of doing, like penetrating is probably the right keyword here, all resistance, and this is omniscience. So what Omniscience does...
You're going to Omni stack with all this as well.
Ago, it already got nerfed. I think it's still very, very powerful.
It is still good.
So basically, you're stacking attributes and they get converted into Omniscience.
So, the biggest thing about Omni is that at some point, the point of diminishing returns is where you're no longer gaining any additional resistances over, I believe it's the 90% overcap, and that goes down as your curse immune, that goes down as you're, immune to elemental ailments, ailment and curse immunity, and then once you hit your res cap, I think it's 30% over for random map mods, like players have less resistance. Once you hit that cap, it is no longer an efficient way to scale damage compared to increased elemental damage, because while you are getting a more multiplier, you're only getting 1% more damage per 15 attributes. So it can be really great to scale both and to get some extra pen, but at some point it just stops being worth it to try and cram in more and more expensive attribute on attribute gear, which you really need a lot of for it to be effective. As opposed to just scaling increased damage, there's kind of a balance you have to find of the two. I did see on his tree he was taking Utmost Might for the flat % increased strength, wasn't taking the Mastery for the other increased attributes. But what this also ends up doing is giving you a really hard time with accuracy. You need a huge way. We'll see if he talks about a way to counter the loss of accuracy, but when you're no longer gaining the health benefits from life, which now he's talking about he wants to scale life and then reserve it, that's going to be really hard because he's going to need a ton of flat life on gear, because otherwise that 2% of flat life that is benefiting him when he's on low life isn't really benefiting him, because it's going to be a very small number. Because you're no longer gaining the benefits of strength as life. You're no longer gaining the benefit of dex as accuracy, or int as mana. This build might have a little too much going on, but since he's already stacking endurance charges and has a ton of res from those, because he's going to have 6, mind you, so that's 24% all res, I believe it is. I think it's 4% per endurance charge. On top of whatever reses his gear comes with, the point of diminishing returns for Omniscience is so quickly met that it might just be better in a build like this to just not bother with Omniscience.
And every 15 Omniscience you get 1 to all res and 1 to Elipad. So this is pretty good because now we're penetrating all resistance. So it doesn't matter if my hit from the Void Forge is going to be fire, cold, or lightning. We're just going to deal a massive amount of damage just because we're penetrating.
Keep in mind, he's already using a unique that doesn't have attributes. He's already using an Abyssus, which does have plus 25 to all attributes, but plus 25 to all attributes in the case of Omniscience is not 25, 25, 25. It's not 75 Omniscience. Plus 25 to all attributes, as far as Omniscience is concerned, might as well read plus 25 to Omniscience. So that's 1% pen.
So this is basically, yeah, very sweet because now we also get resistance from Omniscience, right? So we can just try to stack as much flat physical damage on our prefixes and life because of the Bloodthirst support. And on our suffixes, we want to stack as many stats as possible to benefit from all the resistance and the elemental penetration. This will also work for our Oriats, and basically so our explosions is going to deal massive amounts of extra penetration and just going to deal massive amounts of damage, as well as our other stuff with the Void Forge with hitting.
I do like his Replica Ferrule's Fur Tech with the less duration support gem socketed in. I think that is really cool tech. I like that because I was playing around with that with my Cyclone build, just is stacking charges using that ability, or rather using that ascendancy, I should say. But charge generation was incredibly difficult. But with the 5 points you'd save on this socketed gems are supported by level 10 Fortify, which I am also running Fortify. I have to take a whole extra 5 points worth of stuff just to make sure I'm meeting the minimum 20 fortification to get other benefits from it, which you wouldn't have to do. So that's
penetrating whatever elemental.
It's a really good,
and to finish things
really good
off,
tech there.
Based on a defense layer, there is this new Prognasis flask, and Prognasis
Progenesis
is basically the same as Petrified
Progenesis
Blood,
is
much.
also
So
insanely expensive.
When hit during effect, 25% of life loss from damage taken occurs over 4 seconds instead. So basically, that means you get 100 damage, but you take 75 instantly and 25 over 4 seconds.
So another way to do this, if you were going to go low life, would be to do the Petrified Blood route, in which all damage is taken over 4 seconds, and then to just leech faster than you can lose that health over 4 seconds. So this is a more expensive way to do that without having to figure out all the slots on your gear for it, which I think he's already stretching the build thin by trying to do Omniscience and find a way to stack life. 2 very difficult things is stack attributes, stack life. He's going to be stacking increased elemental damage as well.
Blood. And since we're running a low life version anyways, right, we're going to reserve about 50% of our life, get all the added flat physical damage from our Bloodthirst support, but therefore we're going to activate Petrified Blood, so the damage that we get, a certain percentage, is going to get over time. Plus the Prognasis Flask, they are stacking multiplicative, so that means I'm not like, shit, I should have done a research. I'm not sure which one of those counts first. I think the Petrified Blood is first calculated, and whatever is the rest of the damage, let's assume...
he's doing both.
There's a guy that made like a pretty good video about it. Prognasis PoE Flask. I'm gonna link you that in the description below. Let me just see if I can find it. I think it's this guy here. Yes.
Oh god, we're watching a YouTube video of a YouTuber watching a YouTube video.
Like a very awesome YouTube channel. It does like very good interactive mechanics, and everything is there, how things is working, right? And he explains exactly what it is. I just need to like sneak in here to see what comes first, because he had a list over here. 40% of the interaction with Petrified Blood. So
is that they stack multiplicative, with Progenesis applying first.
Progenesis applying first. Okay, so that means
if
we're gonna take, let's say, 100 damage, and we have the Progenesis. So So we get 75 instant damage and 25 over 4 seconds, right? So now Petrified Blood comes in. Petrified Blood, which takes the remaining 75 instant damage and turns it into whatever your, I think like 40% or something, right? So we're probably gonna end up getting like 50% on top, like instant damage, and 50% over 4 seconds. So it's gonna be a massive dot whenever we're gonna hit. But since we're Slayer, since we do have Overleech, and since we do stack quite a nice amount of maximum total life recovery per second and some other very powerful leech nodes, I think as long as we're not going to get one shot, we should be safe because we're going to regen a pretty insane amount of life back.
Here, so I just want to go back and look at his tree. Alright, so he's still stacking Frenzy and Endurance charges. He's got Utmost Might over here for a little bit of attributes for his Omniscience. He's taking the bottom cluster of the Sword Tree. But he's not utilizing any of the two-hander nodes, it looks like. And there's a big Sword Tree up here on the left that he should also take. But he is taking all these life nodes here. The little life nodes as well. See, my tree is different because I came down this way, but I also did something similar in coming up this way. Here, the tech that I was using, instead of this jewel socket here, which if I was him, I might also look into doing, was I was using a Thread of Hope to hit both the Disciple of the Slaughter and the Disciple of the Unyielding, and that would save him 6-7 points, but he wants the Mastery here. I think, personally, 8 points, 7 or 8 points would be worth more. 7 points? 7 points. I think 7 points would be worth more than taking this Mastery, especially if you could then use a Cluster Jewel here and then path out that way. And since you're overleeching, you'd probably want to go something like Martial Prowess and increase damage while leeching. Or take some of these Masteries. You know, like take the 5% increase attributes Mastery from your attributes over here. Take the increased damage while leeching, or take, you know, even more leech cap. He's also not taking any life masteries. So ditch 2 of these nodes, 2 of these small nodes, and take the plus 50% to maximum life, and the 10% increased maximum life instead of the 2 little nodes that are only giving you, I think it's 5 and 6%. That's just, it's more life in general if you just drop this node here and just take the plus 50 or the plus 10% increased maximum life to begin with. But you could save yourself quite a few points by doing a Thread of Hope here. And that also increases your point of diminishing returns from Crystallized Omniscience, since now you're taking the minus res hit from the Thread of Hope. Which means you actually are getting more value out of having Omniscience and increasing the point of diminishing returns. You still have your, I believe, your belt slot, your boots. Yeah, I think you only have belt, boot, and rings to gain attributes, which you can fit a lot onto a belt, you can fit a lot onto rings if your elemental reses are still capped by, you know, just using the additional attributes on top of your endurance charges and whatnot. But I think that would be a really good way to go. Efficiency-wise, but you should take those masteries. He's also taking... Oh, he might be taking the 5% increase attributes over here. I didn't see that. Utmost Swiftness as well. But yeah, I would ditch some of these other nodes for the flat life and 10% increased max life. And then I would substitute this gem out for any other jewel socket. Put a Thread of Hope here. Save the 7 points. I know you're losing the Mastery, but then you can use that 7 points to gain way more damage than that Mastery is going to give you.
That's basically Petrified Blood with Prognosis, with Endurance Charge stacking, covering our low life because of Bloodthirst support. So yeah, this is basically the build idea. It's a lot of like very cool and special and unique ways of making a character. Throw everything into a blender, put on the power bar, and just hope it doesn't explode. And if it explodes... I mean, we have the flask, right? I mean, yeah, that was actually a bad joke. But yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting way to build around because flat physical damage stacking, frenzy and endurance charge stacking from the replica, Barrel's 4 basically.
He should have enough physical defense or physical resistance to overcome the abysses. However, no matter, even if you have 90% physical damage reduction, because we were running at 89, and we were still getting slapped by Fizz. Which I think is why he's going with the Progenesis and Petrified Blood on top of all this, which is a great idea. And then he's utilizing more utility out of the low life, so it all comes back around again. I do want to take another look at this trait. So Disciple of the Slaughter, Disciple of the Unyielding. I'm also wondering, within that same radius, what else you could take that might be good for you. I know you could take some Leech Nodes up here. Instead of taking Vol Pact, which... Vol Pact is great because it doubles both your maximum leech per second and your... Well, it's 100% increased. Maximum leech per second and recovery per second. But the whole thing with leech is you have to maintain the balance between the two. So where you're taking more maximum leech here, are you really recovering enough per second? But then you have something up here, Vitality Void, just to the bottom left of Vol Pact, that also falls in that same radius of the Thread of Hope, which might be better, because then even if you came down here and took, I believe this is 60% increase per second instead of the max, you can then take the 100% max from over here with Vitality Void, giving you even more utility out of a Thread of Hope. Other than that, I really like his build idea. I do. It might be something I want to try. I mean, next league, we're going to be pretty busy. We have a lot of crazy content next league. So maybe in the coming weeks, if I have the respect points... I mean, I don't even know. What does Omniscience go for? What does Omniscience go for in league? Let's just... Crystallized Omniscience would be probably the most expensive. 6 div. This is double corrupted? That's great. Oh, everybody double corrupted them. Everybody just said F it, huh? I don't know why you would. The flat attributes are actually pretty good. Cold and lightning damage leeches his life would be good. So we're gonna say like 10 div, we'll call it. Progenesis. Also 7.5 div, about 8 div, we'll say. So that's, 14 div, and then Oriats, and this is stupid. Yeah, 14 div, that's it? I think last time I looked, these were up there at like 50 div or so. Yeah, so you're looking at like 40, 50 div for this build. I don't think I'm going to have enough to play around with it. By the end of league, unless someone wants to, come and buy my entire stash chat, but it's a cool idea. He's also taking Elemental Equilibrium up here. Great idea. The tree is pretty basic. I imagine he's saving some room for Cluster Jewels. I would love to know. It looks like he has 1 point left, but I don't know what level this tree is. This might be a level like 95. It might not be a level 100, I don't know. But yeah, I think those are the only things I would tweak about it, is that, you're kind of losing value on the Crystallized Omniscience and Attribute stacking, because you're hitting the point of diminishing returns as soon as you're losing, as soon as you're no longer gaining value from the additional res, because it's more efficient to scale increased damage as opposed to 1% pen per 15 attributes, because it's harder to get those attributes, especially as you start cramming them into those 4 slots you have open. However, if you were to take the Thread of Hope and eat the minus res cost, you are now increasing the ceiling of diminishing returns on your Crystallized Omniscience, which would also allow you to take this Vitality Void down here on the bottom right, and get even more leech by dropping one of these max leech nodes and getting the increased recovery per second from here, and then the 100% maximum from Vitality Void. So Wumbo leech, no way your leech would possibly be an issue after that. Now, that would also save you 7 points down here. You would lose the mastery for your charges. However, you would also end up with Disciple of the Slaughter and Unyielding still, no problem. And then take that 7 points, put it into a Cluster Jewel, something like Martial Prowess, that would also help you with your leech and your overleech, since you're leeching constantly. And this could be a fantastic build. Other than that, these small life nodes, he's not taking any life masteries. Ditch this small life node right here, get the plus 50. Ditch a small life node right here, get the 10% increase. Because these are only 4 and 5% increased maximum life. So you're gaining way more value out of 10% increased max life on one already than you are from both of these nodes, plus the flat 50 will give you even more life. Other than that, for just a quickly whipped up build, I think it's good. I think it's really good. If you weren't taking Elemental Equilibrium... No, man. I was going to say you could go down the left side, because I believe that's what I did. But it's 1 point more expensive. But yeah, I also don't know for sure that he is Elemental Ailment immune or Curse immune. However, he has other slots that he's not talking about. This is just a build idea that he put out.
Trinity, Void Forge, Omniscience, Cyclone, Slayer, whatever you want to name it or you want to call it. That's going to be the next build, and I just hope this thing works out because the idea behind it, I think, is pretty cool. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.
Cool. Real cool video. I don't know if that's the one that Tom was talking about, though, truth be told. Because he didn't say he was scaling Impale. League Day 2 progress? Dude, this guy's profile picture is a Chad, and it's because he is a Chad. Strength stacking Berserk. We did something similar as well. We played around a lot with the Cyclone build. This league. Four plus mil, that's all you got? I got 10 mil. We got 10 mil on ours. Here, are we in the top on PoE Ninja? Are we anywhere close? Oh, no. PoE Ninja. Builds. Slayer. Cyclone. Sort by DPS. Oh no, I thought our 10 mil was good. Holy crap. And he's not using Shockwave? Sanctum Spinner! This is the dude who we got the idea from for the Circle of Guilt. What is he using as an amulet? Omnital's Vow. Socket of Gems can also support skills from your body armor. Fortify support, so he doesn't have to take... That would give me 5 points on Tree, which I could probably get a lot more damage out of. What is my current amulet? Ah, yes. All's Uprising. Abyssus is better DPS for us. It's just also harder to deal with. And see, he's using... Everyone's using Ancestral War Chief and Protector, right? Yeah, Ancestral Protector and Ancestral War Chief. I personally like having one button for Cyclone. Just spin. He's using staff. These are staff nodes. I feel like all the best builds are using staves or staves. But our build is at 10 mil. Does that counts for something, right? Can we search players? Wow, I don't even come up on PoE Ninja. My account might be private, though. Chaos damage. Iron Will and Call to Arms. Interesting. Everyone's using Shockwave. I don't get it. I really don't. Shockwave. Let's just take a peek. Probably want to do something similar with the Circle of Guilt, but he looks like he needed it for Endurance Cry charges. He's using a Mage Blood and he's still not at the top. Calm Spirit. Rage Generation. Without hitting? Why wouldn't you just use Rage Support? Is that what he's using instead of Shockwave? Yeah, looks like Rage was too good, so he didn't get rid of it. Pulverize Support, okay. Also using a staff. Just saying. Mace's Scepters are staves, so we can't use Shockwave because we're using the Starforge. I do, however, think that's going to do it for me today. We are calling it just a tiny, tiny bit early here. But we're getting ready for the new league. There's really not going to be a lot of exciting stuff for the new league. I have been having a hard time lately keeping up with my streaming schedule. Life is getting busy. I really, there's a lot going on in my life that I'm not going to put out here on YouTube. However, I have been missing some streams. I do feel bad about that. I'm not going anywhere just yet, but we may slack off on the streams a little bit until the new league, or at least until maybe like the week before league when everything goes to standard. But yeah, so the next couple weeks are going to be, I think, fairly quiet for me. I do need to get in some extra work. I do have other family obligations that I don't want to talk about. But I will still be on. I might not be on for my entire Monday through Friday schedule, but I will be doing my best to still fit in the regular streaming hours when possible. But that's going to do it for me, so thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Oh, let's not leave without music. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I look forward to Monday. We should be back on Monday as of right now. I don't think there's any reason I won't be, and I will catch you guys on the next one.